Welcome, dudes, back to part 2, or should I say, welcome, dudes. I am your commentator for the evening. My name is Night Reader, and welcome back to It Moves Part 2. Part 2. Now, what I wanted to do is that I wanted to go back to all the old games that I played and finish them up so I could start new ones for you guys. Now, with that being said, let's continue onward. We want old, not new, of course. Alright, not sure where we last left off, to tell you the truth. And if I wonder if I used the... What is this? What am I doing? Is this where I left off? I don't remember. It's been so... Hello? Hello? Oh, that's a brick wall. Alright, I'm gonna see if I am going to see if it is where we left off. If it's not, I'll come back to this. I'll be back! And we are back, and it turns out I tried the other save and it wasn't. So let's continue on forward for this point. Okay, so what am I supposed to do? There's a bunch of buttons here. I am gonna try to... It's a puzzle. Okay. No? Hello? Can you help me out, please? And not be such a douche. You noise in the background. I gladly do not appreciate your honesty. Nah, messed that up. Alright. So it is a puzzle, and I'm going to have to solve it, and I'm terrible at puzzles. Okay, so that's that. Damn it. Okay, there, and then the bottom one will end up working well, which I'm hoping for. Bottom, then this one, of course. Then a little lag. Can't forget about the little lag that we have to always get. And that opens up. Eureka! I'm smart. Now we continue on forward and see our demise. Krispy Kreme hand. Word up. We continue forward on, and then we end up getting lost because it's been so long since I actually played this game. I really do not know what to do. Is it a puzzle game? Continuing on forward for our deadly demise that it is our childhood dream. And you are? Well, I managed to get something, whatever the hell that was. And going forward, and that's area's block. Go down, there you go. Hello? I saw a shadow. Did you guys saw a shadow too? What the? Whoa! Okay. He's going over here for Andy Cooper. No! Okay. It is hot as balls in my room. I don't know why I'm wearing this. Wearing both this and the hat. It's really hot in my room. I'll turn on the air fan, but that'll be a little more distracting. But I digress. Okay, so I'm guessing... Hello. Looks like he's stuck. Alright, it wants your poster. I think I already read that. Not sure. As well as I am going to try to keep these things under 15 minutes. And then try to at least do some proper editing and whatnot. I'm gonna be a burr. Okay, I got another one. Where is the next one? Why is it getting darker? I feel like it's getting a lot darker than it usually was. Than it was before. And have kids. And be married. And not die. Well, probably die, but of old age. Have some fun in between. Have some funny fun. If you know what I mean. It's already 6 minutes I've been playing, and I'm just rambling on. Great start to any of my Let's Plays. Because there's not enough rambling on wood, and I'm just splooging out a bunch of random nonsense, and this kid does not want to doesn't want to stay still to save his goddamn life. And of course, alright, so let's continue on forward. Hopefully I could find at least one. And you gotta be playing with me. Sorry about that. Now I'm actually trying to concentrate and see if I could actually win this. Oh, there we go. What the fuck? What the? Well, hello there. Hi. Hello, dude. I didn't see you there at first. I mean, how could you? Because you seem very, very happy for some reason. Like super happy, like you really got the toy prize that you wanted in your Happy Meals. Because I mean, every time I get one of those Happy Meals, I always want the cool prize. And you know, I bought like 6,000 of the Happy Meals when the My Little Pony toys came out, and that was just fabulous. That was sparkly. That was fantastic. Because hello, you're just looking into my soul, just judging me from all the things I've done. I'm sorry for those, because I was still young. I'm still young. I mean, very much of us are still young and still learning. But come on, dude. There's no need to judge one another. We just pay for our mistakes, and then we go through things, and things happen. I mean, sure, pain ends up causing each other, and we end up causing pain. And don't you dare scream at me. Don't you dare scream at me. Please don't scream. Please. When you awake from a deep sleep to something moving or ringing. Okay, that seems awesome. You can take a few moments for you to truly understand what is happening. That's cool. I mean, that's always awesome. I keep pressing the shift button. The fog of sleep hangs over your eyes and ears when you're lucid. Sometimes was moving. There was no doubt about that. At first, I wasn't sure what it was. Everything was dark, almost pitch black, but there was enough light creeping in from outside to let outside left room. Two thoughts appeared in my mind almost simultaneously. My first was that my parents were in bed because the rest of the house lay both in darkness and silence. The second thought is a noise which had obviously woken me up. I don't like where this is going, and since that was a bedsheet rustling in the dark and something breathing. If it was this disturbed sheer was attempting to get all the comfort in the bottom bunk. All too comfortable in the bottom bunk. I lay there in disbelief, thinking that the noise was either my imagination or the fact that you are actually lucid dreaming, because everybody knows when you lucid dream, you always end up having stuff like you end up seeing the figures, you end up hearing stuff, and you end up seeing like shadows in the corner of your eye. Since you can't really move, stuff usually tends to happen. And that happened to me once, and it wasn't pleasant. I'll tell you now, it really wasn't pleasant. A really pleasant experience that I had. Or perhaps just my pet cat feeling somewhere comfortable and to spend the night. That seems logical. It was then that I noticed my door shut as it had been as I fallen asleep. Perhaps my mom had checked on me and the cat had snuck into my room then. I love how the kid is going more logical than just immediately jumping to something boogie doogie in his bedroom. Because logic usually dictates all, and sometimes the unknown is really, really scary, in which a lot of people don't like it. But I mean, the unknown could be cool sometimes. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but still, shit happens. Yes, that might have been it. I turned to face the wall, closing my eyes in the vain hope that I could fall back to sleep. As I moved, the rustling noise underneath me chased. Okay, so he could actually move himself, which means that he's not lucidly dreaming, because if he was, I mean, he would be asleep, but I mean, if he wasn't stuck in paralysis, that's when you can't really move, but he actually moved himself, so that means that he's not asleep and there's something in his bed that's going to get him at the end. I thought that I might have disturbed my cat, but likely I resigned to the visitor in the bottom bunk was much less Median than my pet trying to sleep, and much more sinister. Oh, Jesus Christ. As if I afforded to, and discouraged by my presence and disturbed cheer began to toss and turn violently, like a child having a tantrum in a bed. I could hear the sheets twist and turn with increased ferocity. I feared the gripping me and the sterile scene of unease. I had exterminated a laser, but now I pointed and terrified. Sorry if I'm messing up on some words. I'm still trying to get a hang of this. I really am. My heart raced and my eyes pinched. Scanning in almost unbearable darkness, I let out a cry. As most young boys do, I immediately shouted for my mother. I hope not on his mother, if you know what I mean. I could hear something stir on the other side of the house, but I began to breathe a sigh of relief that my parents were coming to save me. The bunk bed suddenly started to shake violently as it grabbed by an earthquake, scraping against the wall. Whoa, what the fuck? I could hear the sheets below me trashing around as I temporarily moleculed. I did not want to jump down to safety, as I figured the thing in the bottom bunk would reach out and grab me, pulling me into the darkness, so I stayed there, while crackling my own blanket, like I should have shielded protection. The wait seemed like an eternity. Oh, sweet mama! What's wrong? Did you have a bad dream? Oh, you wouldn't have. Don't even ask. You wouldn't even understand. I cried out for my mother, consoling me, tears and fear, followed by relief, streaming down my face, my beautiful, beautiful face. Yet, oops. I cannot explain it, but I was as though whatever has been in the bunk would return, if I ever so as much speak of it. Whether that was the truth, I do not know, but as a child I felt like that unseen menace remained close, listening. Well, that ain't cool. My mother lay in an empty bunk, promising to stay there until morning. I remember the next day wanting to go anywhere, be anywhere, but in that suffocating room. That seems a lot of fun. It was a Sunday and I played outside quite happily with my friends. Although our house was not large, we were lucky to have a long sloping garden in the back. We played there often, as much as it was overgrown and we could hide in the bushes. Climbing the hedges, a word I cannot read, tree which soared above all else, and easily imagine ourselves in thrones and garden adventures. It was fun. It was fun as it all was. Occasionally, my eye would turn to that small window in my room, or evidently slight and inconspicuous. Some more words I can't speak because I know English so very, very well. But for me, that thin Broadway was looking glass in the strange cold pocket of dread. Outside, the lush green surroundings of our garden filled with the smiling faces of my friends. Inside, the feeling of something in the room, watching me play, waiting for the night when I would be alone, eagerly filled with hate. It may sound strange to you, but by the time my parents unheard me back into my room for the night, I said nothing. I didn't protest, I didn't even make an excuse as to why I couldn't sleep there. I still felt that this thing would be engaged if I so much as speak of it. Another night came. Well, hello! I do not like this. Poor kid. Chapter 3. Factors are. And before the episode gets a little too long, because it's already, what the fuck is that? Before it gets a little too long, I will be saving it here, and I'll be continuing on so I could continue making more videos. Because I want to finish these games so I could start on new games. Stay tuned for other parts, and I'll be seeing you bronies and gamers and dudes alike. Till the next one, rock on, dudes.